A new hope. In the far reaches of the galaxy, Earth had become little more than a myth, a cautionary tale whispered among the stars. For centuries, humanity had been exiled, cut off from the vibrant tapestry of the galactic community. The once thriving planet now lay shrouded in isolation, its people left to shoulder the burden of sins long forgotten. But the human spirit, ever resilient, refused to be extinguished. In the shadows of their cosmic quarantine, Earth's brightest minds toiled ceaselessly, driven by an unwavering determination to reclaim their rightful place among the stars. In secret laboratories and hidden shipyards, they forged the tools of their redemption, advanced technologies that would propel them back to the galactic stage. Whispers of humanity's progress had begun to echo through the void, reaching the ears of the Galactic Council. The Council members, an alliance of powerful alien races, had long viewed humans as a threat, a chaotic variable in the delicate balance of interstellar politics. Fears of humanity's potential resurgence had sparked heated debates among the counselors, and a decision had been made. Earth must be permanently quarantined, its people forever sealed away from the rest of the galaxy. But there were those on Earth who refused to accept this fate. Deep within a secret underground facility, a group of the planet's most brilliant scientists and engineers had gathered, their eyes fixed upon a sleek, silver vessel that stood at the center of the cavernous room. This was the ESS Defiance, a marvel of human ingenuity and the embodiment of Earth's last hope. At the helm of the Defiance stood Captain Aria Voss, her piercing green eyes scanning the sea of faces before her. Aria was a prodigy, a brilliant tactician who had risen through the ranks of Earth's clandestine space program with unparalleled speed. She had been chosen to lead this mission, to carry the hopes and dreams of her people on her shoulders. Today, Aria began, her voice cutting through the hushed anticipation that filled the room. We stand on the precipice of history. For too long, we have been shackled by the mistakes of our past, condemned to a life of isolation and regret. But no more. Today, we take our fate into our own hands. Today, we reclaim our place among the stars. A cheer erupted from the gathered crew, their faces alight with a mix of excitement and determination. They knew the risks, the challenges that lay ahead, but they were ready. Ready to face whatever the galaxy had in store, to prove that humanity was more than the sum of its past mistakes. As the crew hurried to their stations, Aria strode towards the Defiance, her footsteps echoing against the metal walkway. She paused at the airlock, her hand resting against the cool, metallic surface of the ship. This was it, the moment she had trained for, the moment Earth had been waiting for. With a deep breath, Aria stepped across the threshold and into the Defiance. The airlock sealed behind her with a hiss, and she felt the weight of her mission settle upon her shoulders. There would be no turning back now. The fate of humanity rested in her hands, and she would not fail them. As the Defiance powered up, its engines humming with barely contained energy, Aria took her seat on the bridge. Her crew looked to her, their faces a mix of determination and trust. They believed in her, in the mission, in the future they were fighting for. "Engage thrusters," Aria commanded, her voice steady and sure. "Let's show the galaxy what humanity is capable of." And with that, the ESS Defiance lifted off, shooting towards the stars and the uncertain future that awaited them. The journey would be perilous, the challenges immense, but one thing was certain: humanity would not go gentle into that good night. They would rage against the dying of the light, and in doing so, they would change the course of galactic history forever. Into the unknown. The ESS Defiance tore through the inky void of space, a gleaming silver arrow piercing the darkness. On the bridge, Captain Aria Voss sat in her command chair, her eyes fixed on the holographic displays that surrounded her. Each screen presented a different facet of their mission. Navigation charts, system scans, crew status reports, a constant stream of information that Aria absorbed with practiced ease. At her side stood Lieutenant Ezra Malik, the Defiance's chief engineer and Aria's trusted right hand. Ezra was a technical genius, a master of the ship's cutting-edge systems and experimental technologies. It was his brilliance that had breathed life into the Defiance, transforming it from a mere concept into a vessel worthy of carrying humanity's hopes and dreams. "Status report," Arya called out, her voice cutting through the low hum of the bridge. "All systems nominal, Captain," Ezra replied, his fingers dancing across his console. "Stealth field is holding steady. We're running silent and undetected." Arya nodded, a flicker of pride crossing her features. The Defiance was equipped with the most advanced stealth technology humanity had ever developed, a complex web of sensor-dampening fields and signal scramblers that rendered the ship all but invisible to prying eyes. It was a technological marvel, a testament to human ingenuity in the face of adversity. But stealth alone would not be enough to ensure their success. The galaxy was a vast and dangerous place, filled with unknown perils and hidden threats. To navigate this treacherous landscape, Arya would need to rely on the skills and expertise of her crew, a diverse group of individuals, each handpicked for their unique talents and unwavering dedication to the cause. There was Dr. Lena Soren, the ship's brilliant xenobiologist, whose knowledge of alien life forms and ecosystems would be invaluable in the uncharted reaches of space. Beside her sat Lieutenant Commander Kyrie, the Defiance's tactical officer and a master of strategy and combat. And at the helm, guiding the ship with an almost preternatural skill, was Ensign Asha Patel, a prodigy whose innate understanding of spatial navigation bordered on the uncanny. Together, they formed the heart of the Defiance, a tight-knit crew united by a common purpose and an unshakable belief in the importance of their mission. As the ship pressed deeper into uncharted space, the challenges began to mount. Strange anomalies and gravitational distortions tugged at the Defiance, threatening to pull it off course. Cosmic storms of unimaginable intensity buffeted the ship, testing the limits of its shields and the skills of its crew. But through it all, Arya remained steadfast, her resolve unwavering. She guided her crew with a deft hand, making split-second decisions that kept the Defiance on track and out of harm's way. And when the ship was rocked by a particularly violent shockwave, sending sparks cascading across the bridge, it was Arya's calm and commanding presence that kept the crew focused and united. "Hold steady," she called out, her voice cutting through the chaos. "We've come too far to be beaten by a little turbulence. Ezra, divert power to the shields. Asha, find us a clear path through this mess. We push on, no matter what." And push on they did, the Defiance slicing through the cosmic maelstrom like a hot knife through butter. Slowly but surely, the ship emerged from the chaos, battered but unbroken, a testament to the resilience and determination of its crew. As the Defiance crossed the threshold into a new and uncharted sector of space, Arya felt a thrill of excitement course. Shadows of the past. As the ESS Defiance ventured deeper into uncharted space, the weight of humanity's past seemed to hang heavy in the recycled air. The crew, though focused on their mission, could not help but feel the burden of the centuries-old exile that had shaped their species' destiny. It was amidst this atmosphere of introspection and uncertainty that the Defiance's sensors detected an anomaly, a faint, flickering distress signal emanating from a derelict vessel drifting listlessly through the void. Captain Arya Voss, her curiosity piqued, ordered the ship to investigate. As the Defiance drew closer, the derelict came into view. A massive, ancient hulk of a ship, its hull pockmarked with scars and bathed in the ethereal glow of a dying star. Scans revealed no signs of life, but Arya could not shake the feeling that this vessel held secrets that might shed light on humanity's forgotten past. With a sense of trepidation, Arya assembled a boarding party, clad in sleek, pressurized suits and armed with state-of-the-art scanning equipment. The team, consisting of Arya, Ezra, Lena, and Kai, made their way to the airlock. As the doors hissed open, revealing the yawning darkness of the derelict's interior, Arya felt a chill run down her spine. The corridors of the derelict were a maze of shadows and echoes, the only light coming from the pulsing beams of the team's flashlights. As they ventured deeper into the ship, the silence was broken only by the soft crunch of their boots on the debris-strewn floor and the occasional crackle of static over their comms. It was Lena who found the first clue, a faded, flickering hologram depicting a scene from a bygone era. In the shimmering blue light, they saw humans and aliens standing side by side, united in what appeared to be a grand galactic assembly. The image was a stark contrast to the isolation and exile that had defined humanity's recent history. Intrigued, the team pressed on, combing the derelict for more information. They discovered fragments of data logs, scraps of historical records that painted a picture of a time when humanity had been a respected member of the galactic community. But there were also hints of something darker, whispers of a terrible war, of accusations and betrayals that had torn the galaxy asunder. The deeper they delved, the more the pieces began to fall into place. The derelict, they realized, had been a battleship, a relic of a long-forgotten conflict between humanity and a race of ruthless, insectoid warriors known as the Zorgans. The logs spoke of a brutal, bloody war that had raged across the stars, of atrocities committed on both sides. But there was more. The records hinted at a terrible truth, that humanity had been falsely accused of a heinous crime, a genocide orchestrated by the Zorgans themselves. It was this accusation, this twisted narrative, that had led to Earth's exile, to the centuries of isolation and hardship that had followed. For Aria and her crew, the revelation was a shock to the core. The weight of this knowledge, the implication of humanity's innocence, hit them like a physical blow. They had set out to reclaim their place among the stars, but now they found themselves confronted with a deeper, more profound purpose: to clear humanity's name and expose the true culprits behind their exile. As the team made their way back to the Defiance, their minds reeling with the implications of their discovery, Aria felt a newfound sense of determination take hold. She knew, with a certainty that burned in her very bones, that their mission had taken on a new vital importance. They would not rest until the truth was known, until humanity's honor was restored. With renewed purpose, Aria set course for the coordinates gleaned from the derelict's logs, the location of the fateful battle that had sealed humanity's fate. There, amidst the echoes of a long-forgotten war, they would find the answers they sought, the evidence they needed to finally set the record straight. The shadows of the past had been lifted, but the true struggle was only just beginning. Ghosts of War. The ESS Defiance emerged from hyperspace, the shimmering veil of faster-than-light travel falling away to reveal a grim tableau. The star system before them was a graveyard, a silent testament to the brutal conflict that had once raged across its planets and moons. The husks of shattered warships drifted aimlessly, their twisted metal forms silhouetted against the baleful light of the system's dying star. For Captain Aria Voss and her crew, the sight was a sobering reminder of the stakes they faced. Somewhere amidst this cosmic boneyard lay the truth they sought, the evidence that would clear humanity's name and expose the Zorgans' treachery. But as the Defiance glided silently through the debris field, Aria couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. The attack came without warning. A barrage of plasma fire erupted from the shadows, slamming into the Defiance's shields with staggering force. Alarms blared across the bridge as the ship shuddered under the onslaught, its systems straining to maintain integrity. Evasive maneuvers. Aria barked, her fingers flying across her console. Kai, get me a targeting solution. Ezra, divert power to the shields. We need to buy ourselves some time. The crew leaped into action, their training and instincts kicking into high gear. The Defiance twisted and weaved, its sleek form slicing through the debris field like a silver dart. But their attackers were relentless. A pack of Zorgan raiders, their insectoid ships bristling with weapons and pulsing with malevolent energy. The battle was fierce and unforgiving, a deadly dance of fire and fury. The Defiance's experimental weapons flared to life, lancing out with beams of searing light that cut through the Zorgon ships like a hot knife through butter. But the raiders were many, and their attacks were relentless. Amidst the chaos of the battle, Aria and her crew fought with a desperate, unwavering determination. They pushed their ship and themselves to the limit, drawing upon every ounce of skill and ingenuity they possessed. And slowly, painfully, they began to turn the tide. It was Kai who spotted the opening. A fleeting gap in the Zorgons' formation, a momentary weakness in their defenses. With a triumphant shout, he unleashed a salvo of quantum torpedoes, the devastating warheads ripping through the heart of the enemy squadron with blinding force. The Zorgons, their numbers thinned and their resolve shaken, began to fall back. But even as they retreated, Aria knew that this was only the beginning. The Zorgons had been waiting for them, guarding the secrets of this long-forgotten battlefield. And that could only mean one thing, that the truth they sought was close at hand. As the Defiance limped away from the battle, its hull scared and its systems battered but unbroken, Aria and her crew set to work. They combed the debris field, scanning every twisted scrap of metal and every shattered hull for the data they needed. And piece by piece, the evidence began to mount. They found records of the Zorgons' atrocities, of the genocidal campaign they had waged against innocent worlds. They uncovered log entries and sensor readings that confirmed humanity's innocence, that exposed the lies and deceptions that had led to their exile. And with each new discovery, their resolve only grew stronger. As the final pieces fell into place, Aria felt a sense of grim satisfaction wash over her. They had done it. They had found the proof they needed, the evidence that would shatter the Zorgons' carefully crafted web of lies. All that remained now was to bring this truth to the galactic stage, to confront the Galactic Council and demand justice for humanity. But even as they set course for the Council's headquarters, Aria knew that their fight was far from over. The Zorgons would not let this knowledge come to light without a fight, and there were sure to be factions within the Council itself who would resist the overturning of humanity's exile. The ghosts of the past had been laid to rest, but the battle for the future was only just beginning.